What's up, Dub Nation? It's your boy, Allan Wade, King Allan Alexander on all social medias. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to this video. All right, I know the title of this video is kind of harsh, but I will explain as the video progresses. Now, by no means do I want anybody to think that I hate cops. I do not hate police. They are a very needed asset in every civilization, every community, and we need them to help, you know, everybody keep from doing crazy stuff. Anyway, this weekend in Philadelphia was the Penn Relays, the 125th annual Penn Relays. If you are ever in Philadelphia, I urge you to visit the Penn Relays. But while enjoying all the festivities and watching all the athletes compete and everybody win and everybody laugh and enjoy their victory, there was an underlining tone that I couldn't escape, and especially like Saturday after my old high school, Overbrook High School, boys ran, competed, and they won a Penn Relay chip. We like to call it the cookie. This one team won their event and earned their coach, Dvorsky Odom, a cookie. This one specific athlete, Sabir Ali, had an incident on, I believe it was Friday, where he's one of the athletes that competes under for Overbrook High School under Dvorsky Odom's team, and I was fortunate enough to meet this athlete, this guy Sabir Ali, at the Meet of Champions this indoor track season, and I saw this kid run. And you know, when you see a bunch of athletes, you're like, okay, this guy looks like he can run, he looks like he can run. But I was an athlete myself, but Sabir, there's one thing to be an athlete, and there's a whole other thing to be an exceptional athlete and to be a champion. In the Meet of Champions, where all the champions come together, Sabir was able to beat everyone, and I was fortunate enough to video that race, and I'm gonna play some footage for you guys so you guys can check it out. Here we go.
There you go. Nice, moving up. Very smart race, very smart race. Let's go, Overbrook, let's go, Brook. Got any more? That kid made some moves, man. Okay, Brook. I see you, Brook. What you gonna do? Two laps ain't nothing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Brook. That's what I'm talking about. Take it. Ah, this kid is sick. This kid is sick. Oh, this kid is sick. Somebody give this guy a scholarship right here. This guy is sick. I'm impressed. Woo!
So you can see how good of an athlete this kid is. You can see that he's just a great kid. So on Friday, which I didn't attend the Penn Relays. On Friday, after the Penn Relays, after he attended the Penn Relays and he watched the Penn Relays, Sabir was jogging home. You know, as an athlete, sometimes you feel inspired, you feel motivated to get in shape and to make sure you prepare for your races. So he's jogging home from Franklin Field, Penn Relays in University City, to his house, right? this area in which she was jogging home, a lot of people jog. I say mostly Europeans jog, mostly white people jog down the street or whatever. But he's jogging home, and he gets stopped by the police, and he gets a gun pointed to his chest. He gets detained because they say he fit the description of a kid that stole a bike, and I don't know. I don't understand how this could have happened, because he was jogging home. They say he fit the description of a kid that stole a bike, but he was jogging. There's no bike around, so I don't understand what the police were thinking. And furthermore, I don't understand why they would point a gun to his chest. If he's a kid that allegedly stole a bike, which he didn't, by the way, just clear that up. He didn't steal a bike. It wasn't him. He was released. But if you're a kid that stole a bike, as an officer, why would you point a gun to his chest? Point a gun to him, period. I mean, there should be some type of protocol where, as though if it's a non-violent crime, like maybe pull out a baton or even your taser, or maybe just use your hands, because you're a grown man, you're a police officer, and this is a kid that's jogging. Maybe you don't know he's a kid, but he looks like a kid to me. But you don't even know the circumstances of what's going on. He doesn't have a weapon on him. You see him jogging down the street. I don't know, maybe you think he's running or whatever. I'm trying to be on both sides here and try to understand and try to logically process what could have happened. But it just doesn't make sense to pull out a gun on a suspect when you don't even know the circumstances. You don't even know if that is the perpetrator, that is the person that did it.
Police were looking for some sort of bike thief. This all went down last night around 9, 10 o'clock at night. That boy, he was here right behind me. He was watching the Penn Relays. He decided to run home, and he claims what happened next still has him horrified.
It just caught me off guard, and I wasn't ready for that, and I was like, oh my God, I'm about to die.
He runs track for Overbrook High and had been running home from the Penn Relays last night. His Instagram story shows him near the track watching fellow runners. On his way home, though, he claims he was stopped in his tracks by cops near 40th and Lancaster.
It's kind of heartbreaking that somebody like me, and with my skin tone and my color, I can't just go outside, go for a run, or I'm coming from an event, and I'm trying to get home safely.
Staring at a gun aimed at his chest, Ali tells NBC 10 he couldn't believe what was going down. He claims he was stopped by an officer with his gun drawn. The 18-year-old says they told him they were looking for a bike thief in the area, matching his description.
When things like this happen, guys, like, okay, for police, right? It's good. It's police, athletes. It's good when you do positive things and you get accolades, and it's good to be recognized, trophies, acknowledgments, and things of that nature. That's a good thing. But also, when things are done incorrectly and when you do things the wrong way, in a position as a police officer, I think it's not a bad idea to apologize to the individual, and maybe even in some cases the community, because when you don't apologize and when you don't like show some type of remorse, not even remorse, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but when you don't show any type of, like, you don't care, it creates a bad environment when you go to work. It creates tension in the community. Ultimately it creates a bunch of people who say police, you know what I mean? So, like, because this kid was not the kid. He's not the kid. His life flashed before his eyes. He said in the interview, I don't want to die, you know, and he's competing in the Penn Relays the next day, and he has all of this to process through his mind. Psychologically, that has a lot of damage on somebody. Like, you guys don't realize the psychological damage this causes to individuals and communities and individuals of certain ethnicities. Like, when we hear stuff like this that doesn't get addressed by the people that do the damages, it really, like, our minds are a lot more powerful than we know, and it causes a lot of damage. And I know a lot of good cops. I went to school with them. I know them personally. I work with some of them. But there are some bad apples in every group. In every social group, in every professional group, there are some bad apples. But not these cops necessarily don't have to be, maybe they weren't bad cops. Maybe they just need more training. I don't know. But by no means, under no circumstances should you point a gun at somebody, at a kid running home from the Penn Relays because you think he's a kid that might have stole a bike. There's no bike. I mean, common sense would say, like, there's no bike around. Like, stop the kid. Hey, I gotta ask you a few questions. Maybe if they would have did that and maybe asked him, talked to him and say, hey, he might have said, hey, I came home from the Penn Relays, and he could have showed a ticket or something like that, and that could have been ended right there. Oh, you just came home from Penn Relays. But no. Police are supposed to de-escalate. That doesn't sound like de-escalating. That sounds like you're going straight for the kill, because you pointed a gun at this kid. And at the end of the day, if he would have made the wrong move, if he'd have turned around and ran and feared for his life, which rightfully so he should have feared for his life, because you got a gun pointed to him for no apparent reason, he doesn't know what's going on, you could have killed him. And this is a champion. This is like a model kid that you want other kids to be like in the community. And when something like that happens to him, how should other kids feel? How should his family feel? How should I feel as a black man? You know what I mean? So this is part of the reason why we say police. Because stuff like this in a community you're supposed to protect and serve, when you make mistakes, you don't even apologize. You don't even give a private apology, something. Public apology, private, something. Some type of recognition to the fact that you made an error. Like, because at the end of the day, like, you could have killed somebody. You know what I mean? And you didn't kill anybody, but you caused a young kid psychological damage. How do you think that kid likes the police now? How do you think he feels about you? You know, and you did the damage. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, that creates an environment when people see this type of activity that goes unpunished, I guess, or unaddressed. Unaddressed is the proper word. When it goes unaddressed, you create a type of environment that has tension between the police and the citizens that they're supposed to protect. You're not protecting people when you accuse them of things they don't know what's going on. You point a gun to this kid's chest, a kid that you don't know. This kid is a champion. This kid is a runner. This kid is a model. This kid is supposed to be going to college next year. This kid is a kid that contributed to his team winning the Penn Relays the next day. Heartbreaking. Brings tears to my eyes. And you know, stuff like this needs to be addressed and it needs to be discussed. I got pictures of him and his teammates after they won their prize for winning their event. And you could look at the expression on all of his teammates' faces and look at the expression on his face. I don't even think he got a chance to enjoy his moment. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like something's on his mind. You know what I mean? If I bet you if that wouldn't have happened on Friday, he probably would have had a different expression on his face. You know? So I don't know. I just want to use my platform to do something different every now and then, and like address things that need to be addressed, especially in the community, things that need to be talked about, and give another type of opinion, another type of outlook on things. Because I think, like, not only does the good, especially if you're a public servant, not only does the good need to be recognized, but the bad things need to be addressed in order for the community that you protect and serve. And if you protect and serve a community, you're supposed to care about that community. And if you don't address the wrongdoing in that community, then you create a bad environment for yourself, and you create tension, and you create a community that doesn't like you. So I don't know. I hope this video, like, somebody sees this video and this kid is able to get at least an apology, because that was a humiliating experience for a champion. That is a degrading experience. That is a disgusting experience. That's an embarrassing experience for this kid to go through. And this kid is a kid that stands up on a podium and holds his head high, does good in school, does good on the track. This kid is the kind of kid that you want all the kids in the community to be like, to make the community a better place. And he falls victim to what? Stupidity? I mean, there's no bike around. You're stopping a suspect that fits the description of somebody who stole a bike, but you don't see a bike. And then you pull a gun out on him. You don't even have anything, but he's running down the street. He's not riding a bike. He's running. I'm trying to make sense of it, guys. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to get that off my chest and talk about that a little bit. But Sabir, keep up the good work. Keep on doing what you're doing, and don't let negativity cloud your judgment and change your opinion, whatever your opinion might be. You know what I mean? Continue being a good kid that you are. I want to see you do good in college. Keep on running good. Keep on staying focused on positivity, and keep on doing great things, because I know you're a good kid, and when I met you, you just impressed me, and you left a very, very strong impact on the way I feel about you and the Overbrook Panthers. You represent the Panthers very well, Overbrook Panthers. Keep on doing the best that you can. And guys, this week is gonna be, I'm gonna be embroidering some t-shirts this week. I was working on a flower design to put on the tank top, so that is coming up this week, as well as some more heat vinyl transfer designs using scrap vinyl, because I think it is important to work with your scraps. I think that's one of the most important vinyl tutorials that I've done so far, the scrap vinyl tutorial. So we're gonna do another scrap vinyl tutorial, scrap vinyl part 2 on that. So make sure you guys are tuned in. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Visit allanawade.com to buy yourself some merch to help support the channel. Guys, stay positive in everything that you do, despite all the negativity around you. Guys, I had a great weekend. Saw a lot of great friends. Shouts out to Lauren Cephas for giving me the free ticket to get into Penn Relays on Saturday. Shouts out to Morgan Cephas for doing all the great things that you're doing. Elected official, I'm proud of you. Shouts out to Pamela Cephas for raising good kids. Practically saw me grow up, and had a huge impact on my life as a child runner. And shouts out to Basil Bailey, Philadelphia Police Department. Continue doing a great job. You're a great guy, fellow teammate. Everybody, man, just continue doing your thing. Stay positive and stay focused. Your boy, Allan Wade, man. I'm out. Peace.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?